If y'all watched my Akihabara vlog and in the last vlog as well, I went back to Akihabara today. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say if you see something and you like it, just get it. Not that I had anywhere else to go, but I fully wasted a day going back to Akihabara to get the Jiraikei Miku and the handbag. This mall is also kind of a gold mine because they sell everything you would see in like Harajuku, Shibuya, but for much cheaper, and they love country music. I don't know why. So I went to get the handbag and God was like going back and forth on it again today. I thought I'd made up my mind like, yes, I'm getting it full stop. But I saw some other bags and I was like, do I really want this one? Do they have it in black? Like, why is it in pink? I got it anyway just because it was like, okay, like you came all the way here, just get it. Also, look at how they've surrounded this rock so that people don't sit on it. We're in Ueno Park and I was walking around and I was like, oh, look at all these fish. Like there's so many of them, 2 of them. There's a whole school of them right here. Me to my mom when I get hungry. The weather and the sky today was so perfect, by the way. Like, look at how the greenery and the blue, it's all just fitting so nicely. Occasionally you'll get kind of cold, so the weather is very much ever changing. As sunny as it was, the wind wasn't doing any favors, so it was kind of jacket weather, to be honest. Also, when they tell you the moms with the little boys on their bikes are the most dangerous species on the road, I second that. There's no rules to these women. They're just driving with a mission. So I was actually heading to Nezu Shrine again because apparently it's got a lot of azalea bushes, and I was like, oh, like they're probably in bloom now because I saw it in Google Maps and people were posting photos like the azalea bushes are in bloom, and I get there and they're freaking not. I probably came too late, to be honest. I don't know. I've been putting it off. It rained yesterday as well pretty intensely, so maybe they just kind of died in the rain. On the other hand, they had a bunch of vintage like stands and food stalls, which I didn't see when I first came. And when I left and I was walking around the streets, this was the first time I saw one of these where people have left items for others to take for free. It's such a cute concept. I've also seen some where someone will put out like a little table with items and you can pay for them if you want and take some and then just leave the money without anyone standing there to take the money. People are so honest. Like that would never work in Bulgaria. People are just gonna steal everything. So I'm walking past looking at the housing and you know this little pond, and I freak out when I see all these fish, and they freak out just as much when they see me. Ueno is really nice. It's super peaceful here. There's random stores for like vintage books specifically. This place with the parrot as well. What? There's a lot of cafes. I also fully passed the store where I got my stamp book from. I forgot, like I couldn't find it on Google Maps. I was so upset, but I passed it today and I took 20 billion photos of the location. So if you need a diary or a stamp book, definitely recommend this place. So at this point I was getting kind of tired, so I started to head back home. In this station, like Green Line, it's so like the lady who's announcing everything that's going on, she's so loud. This is what happens when you're like, oh, I should get that. Oh, I really like that. And if you're staying for a short time, especially in Tokyo, just get the damn thing and don't even think about it. Just, if you like it, get it. Because I just went back, and this isn't the first time, to get the stuff that I liked from the day before. So I went to the exact same area, walked through the exact same streets, even though at this point I've kind of seen like all the main places. First of all, the cutest, and I mean cutest, boba-eyed, typical black uniform child got on the subway today on the Hanzomon line, and I was so freaking adorable. I was dying. But soon after his stop, a couple of other students got on. I guess it was the end of school. And you guys, I am appalled and shocked at the amount of young people I see that have white hair. It's not like the whole head is turning or anything. It's not like Marie Antoinette syndrome, but it certainly is like beginning stages of. A couple of strands here and there, and it's so like you are in a school uniform. You're a young person. It's not like I'm guessing, oh, this person's maybe 17 or 18. No, girl. And it's like, yeah, good morning, Teddy. Education is really intense in Asia. I get that, but I was also not prepared to see kids with graying hair. Today is my final day in Tokyo, and I decided to spend it in Sugamo. And as you can tell, Golden Week is in its full bloom right now. Everyone's traveling everywhere. This is the Yamanote line and people were everywhere with luggages. But Sugamo is known as like a little grandma shopping district, if you will. I was more so excited about the different food stalls that people were talking about, and food stalls there were indeed. I started off strong with some plain dorayaki, which is literally just a hot cake / pancake, and this is the entrance to the main street. I was a little falsely under the impression that when people say it's a grandma district, I thought it was just like old school Japan, Edo period kind of vibe. No, it's literally grandma stores. The clothing is for grandmas. There's a lot of cane stores, just for like older people, but also a bit of confectionery, which was really nice. I couldn't resist these. These are so freaking cute. And when I walk around streets like this, I don't know where to turn my head anymore. And sometimes you turn it and you end up at like a shrine. But when I got these thank you sweets, the shop owner actually also gave me a presento, a little candy. And it actually reminded me a lot of like candy that I had eaten in Bulgaria, I think. I don't know. It just had like a very particular flavor. I think it was cinnamon flavor. That's why. But if you come here in the hopes of finding cheap clothing or vintage clothing, this is what you'll find instead. My shopping bags were multiplying at a rapid pace, but I had to take a break because I'm literally leaving tomorrow. Not without trying one final matcha product though. I think this is warabi mochi. It's just simple mochi. I passed so many matcha ice creams. I really should have gotten one for one final time. This store reminded me of Suzume. Ginza Paris, bro. So I walked all the way to the end of the main shopping street and I just started heading towards one of the stations, and then later I went to Ikebukuro station and it was so peaceful. The day was beautiful. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. I love that I barely came across anyone and I was just kind of left to myself to absorb everything in full detail. One final time. This grandma scared me because she was right behind me. Look at this funny looking building, but I actually passed a soap land when I was walking in Ikebukuro, and I passed a lot of places that were, you know, sketchy. And I looked it up and I didn't realize, and I didn't actually know, but Ikebukuro is like the second biggest red light district. Got my favorite and the best drink one final time. And I think this is the end of the vlogs, y'all. I don't know if I'll be filming Korea vlogs, but probably not, or at least not at the same pace as I was putting out vlogs from Japan. I really hope you enjoy these vlogs, y'all. It was really, really, really fun making them, making shorts, making TikToks, making everything. And I hope you got to see a little bit of Japan through my eyes. To anyone that showed up to any of my streams as well, thank you so much for keeping me company. I did feel very much accompanied and less lonely when I was having dinner with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed these videos. I really do. And maybe next year we'll do it again.